What's going on, everyone? Bass here, and today's video is going to be on a very recently hot topic, and that topic is DK Metcalf. I keep seeing online on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everyone keeps saying Packers need to trade for DK Metcalf. And to be honest, I didn't even really feel the need to make this video. I mean, this idea has been floating around for the past couple of weeks, but today I really wanted to explain my output on it and why that will not happen. I mean, this is so similar to what we've been going over the last 3 years. Every single time it's, the Packers, should they trade for Odell Beckham near the trade deadline? It happens every single year, and it never happens. And to be quite frank with you guys, I'm so sick and tired of seeing this. So firstly, I want to talk about why Seattle isn't going to be trading DK Metcalf to anyone, let alone the Packers. I mean, DK Metcalf is a 24-year-old wide receiver entering his prime who just had 3 straight 900-yard seasons in his first 3 years in the NFL. DK is on the last year of his rookie deal, and he is likely to be extended before this season even starts. I mean, teams just do not trade 24-year-old star players. Regardless of the cliche rebuild argument, that just does not happen, and it makes no sense. Unless DK came out and said he wants $35 million a year, a deal will get done. The Seahawks currently have $15.7 million in cap space, and for this year on the books, they only have 2 players with a $10 million plus cap hit for 2022. And more importantly, the Seahawks are set to have $93.3 million in cap space in 2023. So money isn't the issue. And in my eyes, they would trade Tyler Lockett way before they trade DK Metcalf to dump his massive deal that has him signed until he's 33 years old. Not do the dumb thing and trade a 24-year-old receiver entering his prime. Their GM, John Snyder, who, shout out, is a former Packer, is a smart guy. Smart GMs don't trade young players, young star players entering their prime. Pete Carroll also said this week, we intend for him to be with us, and also, quote, there is no way I could imagine playing without him when asked about DK Metcalf. And GM John Snyder said the same things, that it is their intent to sign DK Metcalf to a long-term deal. Well, you might be saying right now, well, Davante Adams and Tyreek Hill got traded, so why can't DK? And in a sense, you are right. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for me, it's like a 5% chance. Like, I just do not believe those are comparable with Davante Adams, Tyreek Hill, and DK Metcalf, because Davante Adams will be 30 years old this year, and Tyreek Hill just turned 28. They're just not comparable to the situation with DK Metcalf. Both Davante Adams and Tyreek Hill's new deals tie them into their 30s, where wide receivers tend to start to drop off. And if DK Metcalf got a long-term extension right now, we'll say a 5-year deal, he'll be 30 by the end of that deal. They're 2 completely different situations. It's one thing to not want to pay an aging receiver top market like the Packers and the Chiefs with Davante Adams and Tyreek Hill than to pay a 24-year-old star player entering their prime. Again, they're just not comparable. Yes, Davante Adams and Tyreek Hill are better than DK Metcalf, but DK only has 3 years in the league, and I don't think he's hit his ceiling yet. Now, obviously, production could dip a little bit down now, the fact that right now their quarterback is Drew Lock and not Russell Wilson anymore, but I don't think it's going to remain that way for long, and good receivers are good receivers regardless. And even if the Seahawks were to trade DK Metcalf, and I'm playing complete hypotheticals here, why would Green Bay give up the same compensation they just received for Davante Adams, because that's likely what it would cost, just to turn around and have to give another wide receiver a mega deal, which is why they parted with Davante Adams in the first place. They don't really believe in paying wide receivers that much money. Not to mention, they just don't have the money anymore. I mean, after Davante Adams left, they re-signed and signed a couple guys to where, they started to use the money gained from trading Davante Adams. They don't have that anymore. Plus, there are many other trade options that make way more sense for both the team they're trading from and the Green Bay Packers. To name a few, Brandon Cooks, Devontae Parker, Tyler Boyd just all make way more sense than someone like DK Metcalf in terms of value, what your compensation you'd be giving up, and what you'd be paying the said receiver once they get over to Green Bay, in comparison to what Green Bay has in salary cap value. Overall, the Packers have a ton of draft capital now this year. I believe they're 6th in the league in terms of draft capital. So why would you throw that all away when you just got that in the Davante Adams trade, when you can land a wide receiver like DK in the first 2 rounds and then still have 3 more picks in the top 60? Every wide receiver that is going to be drafted in the first round this year is 22 years old or younger, Drake London being the youngest at 20 years old. So again, none of this makes any sense. This isn't Madden. Why would you give up the draft capital you just received to turn around and do the thing you didn't do? So all in all, should the Packers trade for DK Metcalf? No, and they won't. I am so certain of this. If for some reason it were to happen, I'll eat crow. I will buy a DK Metcalf Packers jersey and give it away to one of you guys. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm sure I'm going to get still a ton of people saying, oh, the Packers should trade for DK Metcalf. And I'm still going to get that. It's inevitable at this point. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, if you're new here, go down and click the subscribe button for more Packers news, analysis, and updates regarding the salary cap, draft, and free agency. But on that note, I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.